Welcome to Resource PNG. Over the past 2 weeks, landowners in Hyde's Hela Province have been in the spotlight following their anger over benefits owed to them by the government. The landowners claim these payments, particularly in the form of business development grants and royalties, have not been paid. This has resulted in a temporary halt to operations at Hyde's, the heart of PNG LNG operations. EMTV reporter Hela Province Jr. has been following this issue. We take a look at what has transpired so far.
The leadership committee is made up of the chairman of the 4 clans that host the 3 wellheads in the area. Chairman of the leadership committee, John Akipe, says the lack of collaboration in the past has left them missing out on certain benefits in the first path of the LNG project.
However, we were not organized enough to see the BDG, which is still in court, IDG, we've never seen one, impact, funds, or project meant for Angore over the years as captured in the UBS and LBBSA.
The chairman said they have been recognized under the alternate dispute resolution team as the genuine landowners of the wellhead tenement area.
It's good that we must work united and work one. Now stop good like good benefits good like
They say the establishment of this leadership committee will mitigate disputes.
We have strong views on many issues at the PDLA and therefore resolve to address these issues with the stakeholders through the Angora Wellhead Leadership Committee. We are united, committed to claim rightfully what is ours.
The PNG LNG project has been plagued with many landowner disputes. This has left a backlog of court cases lodged in the national courts over landowner rights of the project. This initiative by Angora landowners show how landowners are looking for innovative ways of ensuring genuine landowners are still recognized while the government struggles to catch up with the formal recognition. The dual leaders expressed dissatisfaction yesterday, stating that the clan vetting process has failed landowners in receiving what they deserve in royalty and high-impact projects. They say the government failed its part in completing this process, resulting in the ongoing landowner grievances.
The state and developer holding up identify who's a draw Baba ground before anything else. This way, no come out. All handpicking or man lo street lo must be anyway or several or man is lo kobo all get the money ego signing this agreement lo kobo.
The dual leaders say with the mounting court battles over land ownership and clan identification, it is critical to learn from this lesson and move forward.
Now me bla papa giran istabia me bla farm na long or get lo this la ere now you'll make him here.
This week, landowners in the PDL 1 and 7 area of the LNG project in Hela protested peacefully, forcing 2 processing plants to shut down. Magarima MP Francis Potapes says the government must now hand over the benefits to landowners and stop making promises.
What they're saying is, just give us the money. We don't want to know where it is and how it is. When the state is getting its share, when the other partners are getting their share, the landowners wanted their share to improve their livelihood.
For now, Judge Kandakasi is leading the alternate dispute resolution team to complete clan vetting process but has halted due to funding issues. After giving the state a 30-day deadline to address outstanding issues, a common understanding was established by the state team and landowners in the PDL 1 and 7 area of the PNG LNG project. The consultation and discussions between landowners, MRDC, Kumul Petrom and Department of Petroleum and Energy resulted in the formation of a memorandum of understanding for a way forward in addressing concerns raised by the resource owners.
And this is an understanding between the state and us. So we are here to witness the signing of the understanding that we have with them.
This signing by the state and landowners will see 35 million kina paid to the PDL 1 and 7. PDL 1 will receive 20 million kina while PDL 7 15 million kina. Petroleum and Energy Minister Nixon Duban clarified that the payments come under the 2016 IDG fund grants as presented in the petition by landowners. The MOU also paves way for the clan vetting process to speed up the identification of clans in the affected area of the project so other benefits can be paid in due course.
In some of 30 days, diplomacy got over the CVP arranged all the initial determination done, all ILC done, and then we will MRDC will open accounts, we will organize.
Landowners have assured the state and developer to remove blockades in the wellheads and call on the state to honor the MOU. Leader Handy Amaga said the landowners did a peaceful protest for the basic need of bringing the much-needed services to the communities by accessing the delayed benefits held back by the state.
This one funnel, last and funnel, so that we can address all the issues within the set time frame, 30 days.
PDL1 landowner and businessman Larry Andagali thanked the government for responding, however called on all parties to learn from this mistake and move forward for the good of all stakeholders in the multi-million project.
Money must come here now, yet was it on now. Bilim Health Center, Bilim Housing, water supply, sewage system, sanitation, all the health issues now, all the programs were Bibli Nablo.
The 35 million kina will be paid to MRDC and parked under the Como Special Purpose Authority. Minister Duban, Petroleum and Energy Secretary David Manau, MRDC Managing Director Agustin Mano, and Kumul Petroleum Managing Director Wapu Song will return next week Friday to Heights to present the IDG funds to the landowners.
After the break, Puma Energy PNG achieves another milestone with the company receiving ISO recertification. That's coming up next on Resource PNG. Welcome back to Resource PNG. Puma Energy PNG has achieved another milestone, with the company recently achieving ISO recertification. The recertification has confirmed Puma Energy's reputation as an industry leader in Papua New Guinea by promoting international best practice. And according to the company, this achievement puts the company on the right path in its business endeavours within Papua New Guinea. Since its entry into the Papua New Guinea market, Puma Energy has worked on improving its work standards. Recently, their efforts were recognized with Puma Energy PNG achieving ISO recertification in 4 areas. This achievement was announced by the company's country manager, Jim Collins.
Puma Energy today is really excited and proud to announce that we have just had our recertification of our ISO standards for our business. As a company and an industry leader and a long-term investor in Papua New Guinea, we see this is not only critical for our business but also critical for the country as a whole.
The recertification covered the following areas: international safety management, environmental management, quality management, and Australia and New Zealand safety management systems.
These certifications are important to us as Puma Energy PNG, and indeed Puma Energy worldwide, and for PNG itself. Our people are very proud of what they do. We wanted to be a business that stood out against the rest as an industry leader, so we involved our staff, we formulated plans, we developed new systems and processes in order to sustain the belief that we could achieve this milestone. So through some dedication and hard work, our staff, particularly, we now hold the 4 certifications. And this allows us to sustain the highest standards for the construction of our new tanks across the refinery around the country, for our equipment, for the maintenance and reliability of our infrastructure, and to world-class standards. So the receiving of the 4 certifications is a proud testimony to that in PNG and indeed across the region. We continue to look for ways to maintain and improve our standards of quality, safety and environment. And then as an industry leader, we set an example of how those high standards can create a dynamic and successful company. And that contributes to the economy of PNG.
According to Mr. Collins, The recertification is a testament to the efforts put in by staff in creating a safer, more productive working environment across its operations.
Holding these 4 certifications, we also contribute to the country's, call it an investment assurance portfolio, especially for attracting foreign investment and investment within the country. And Puma Energy PNG is very proud to be part of that.
The ISO recertification achieved by Puma Energy PNG also paves the way to be a catalyst for further investment in PNG's economy. These results bode well for Puma Energy PNG as the company embarks on continuous improvement within its operations to provide better customer service right throughout the country.
We can lift ourselves above any other players. It makes us much more capable. It also gets those other locations a little bit more excited about doing business with us as well. I think the other part of this is about where we see ourselves and the big goals that we've set for ourselves. We have a goal here in Papua New Guinea to be one of the best companies in Papua New Guinea. We also have a goal to be the best company in Puma Energy globally. So there's another step in that path as well. They are still very, very committed to the long-term future of this business in this country. I will say that it is tough, but PNG is not any worse off than any other country in the world that is struggling with the world economy at the moment. And what we're seeing is a really strong collaboration between government and industry to actually try and work our way through all these issues that, as we say, Papua New Guinea is facing, but also the rest of the world is facing as well.
Don't go anywhere, we will be back with more of Resource PNG after these messages. Welcome back to Resource PNG. Time now to take a look at what's been making headlines in the resource sector. The half-yearly results for Oil Search Limited were released to the markets today, with the company realizing a net profit after tax of $25.6 million, well down from the corresponding period in 2015. However, despite low world oil and gas prices, Oil Search has continued record production.
Overall, the total production for the first half was 14.9 million barrels of oil equivalent, which is the second highest in our corporate history.
Much of this record production has been underpinned by production from the PNG LNG project, which has been producing well above nameplate capacity.
We managed to produce on average 7.7 million tonnes of LNG from PNG LNG. We had production rates well above 8 million tonnes, but as an average of 7.7, again a very strong operating performance from that set of assets.
These results, although down from 2015 results, continue to bode well for the company given the current world oil and gas environment. Looking forward, Oil Search says it is committed to more success. Although having had its proposed takeover of energy company InterOil fall through, the company remains optimistic that it can take advantage of opportunities that may present themselves in the near future, particularly in respect to the development of Papua LNG.
With the likely cooperation between PNG LNG and Papua LNG, in fact almost certain cooperation, we now need to actually get our own position finalised about how we will approach this, how we will communicate with our stakeholders and how we can influence the outcome of how the two projects can cooperate.
This is a small but important meeting for coffee farmers. Nearly all of them are part of cooperatives and live in some of the most isolated regions in Papua New Guinea. Over the next 3 days, they'll be part of the coffee cupping competition, which will give them exposure to international judges and cupping experts from Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand and Costa Rica. Each of the cooperatives has a story to tell, and that's what sells the coffee overseas.
We are bringing the international coffee roasters to our doorsteps, so that what we are seeing is two important players in the value chain can now meet and greet each other, seeing the needs of one another.
One of the leading coffee producers in Morobe is Yahauka Coffee, a group made up of various farmers from Menyamia, Langima and Aseki. Their story has been one of hardship and success.
Now, I will one time all gaman eblana. Mibla all are not mibla kaya ground. Mibla siri kirap. Okay, the car lo golo menemia lo ksindila coffee 70 kilometers. Mibla papa pem 70 kina.
Many of the coffee farmers don't see where their coffee ends up in the international market. But over the next 3 days, they'll be getting first-hand feedback from international cuppers. Celine Lomutopa heads a coffee cooperative in the Eastern Highlands run by women. They haven't begun exporting packaged coffee yet, but they hope to do so very soon.
Marketing infrastructure must have in place. So the government looks away that all farmers now will go more into improve the quality. People need to work together, all hands together, come up in consistency, come up in quality.
Perhaps the biggest success to come out of Morobe is Neknasi Coffee, now fair trade certified and exporting to international markets using their own export license. Chairman Mong Bongon says they will soon be exporting to the US.
With a very active coffee governing body in Papua New Guinea, cooperative revenues have doubled, in some cases tripled. In the case of Neknasi, which started initially with just 1,300 kina for a training workshop, their annual revenue now grosses at an estimated 1.2 million kina.
There is an ambitious plan by the government to provide electricity to 70% of Papua New Guineans by the year 2030. This is to be achieved in line with a proposed national energy policy. The Department of Petroleum and Energy has been given the task to lead the development of this policy and has been working closely with other stakeholders to ensure this policy is completed and presented to the National Executive Council.
We have already have a draft policy in place right now. And we need to have further consultation on this. So we are inviting an independent assessor to come and do a review on this policy. Basically, we'll be engaging University of Technology in Sydney to come and do the review. Once the review is up, then they'll do up a cabinet paper on that and will be presented to the government for endorsement. Hopefully by November, December this year, we should have an energy policy up and approved.
As is the case with other government plans, it will require close cooperation by all within the energy sector, something which looks all the more likely given the close collaboration by all relevant parties in recent times.
Our mandate given by the government is we need to electrify the country by 70% of the households by 2030. But the gentleman that did a presentation based on 100% electrification. The challenge is how we can get this plan to the politicians. We need to get a political support and political will. That's the biggest challenge. I think our minister is keen to roll out this so that when this is over, I'll brief him on exactly what's going to happen. Then we'll be updated on so that it's up to him to try to get his colleagues to get into this plan.
The Coconuts Industry Corporation recently visited several small to medium enterprises in East New Britain Province. Their purpose? To gauge the level of progress being made by SMEs in adding value to the coconut. Rabaul Virgin Coconut Oil, RVCO, located in the Rabaul district, supports the local economy by purchasing coconuts from surrounding community.
Going downstream processing and value addition and going into high value coconut products, because we believe that copra has come to a stage where we have to graduate from there and move on with high-value products so that our farmers in the coconut industry get the best out of their raw products.
To do one bag of standard copra dry, 400 nuts, you cut that and you put it into a bag and you sell it at CPL. The price today will be around 50, 60 kina. Now we are telling them, you sell the nut to us, fresh nuts like that, 2 to 3 day old nuts. Usually it has a 30 toya, the same again, 400 nuts, a 30 toya, you get 120 kina.
Whilst RVCO supplies the local market, another coconut SME has made the transition to supplying niche markets overseas. Tropic Fronds supplies virgin coconut oil to markets including Australia and New Zealand.
We've done a lot of work working on establishing markets in Europe, and we expect to be shipping a container to Europe in the next month or so.
The development of coconut SMEs, particularly in East New Britain Province, has been welcomed by the KIK. Despite challenges in the local industry, the KIK is optimistic that more coconut SMEs can tap into export markets and ultimately raise the reputation of Papua New Guinean coconut products.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Resource PNG. If you'd like to get in touch with us regarding anything on our program or have story ideas for future episodes of Resource PNG, email us on the address now showing on your screen. For all the latest updates on developments within the resource sector in the country, check out our Facebook page. To view this program online, log on to the EMTV website where you will find a link to the Resource PNG page. Until the next time, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.